everybody. It's me, D Nice, coming live to you from the Diamond Lounge. And of course, I am here with my very special, sometime co-host.
What it do is your boy Scrappy Doo.
But today we have some also equally special guest co-hosts, representing the Wives Club that I am soon to be a part of one day down the road. It's coming. I'm claiming it. I'm calling it. It's coming. But we have Miss Janae, a regular on the show from Professional Red Couch. Hey, hon.
Hey.
And we have newcomer Miss Melody. Hey, I'm sorry, Unprofessional Opinion. Hey, Mel.
Hey, thanks for inviting me.
No problem. So these y'all, I went because I did. We had our husbands on. Well, y'all don't. Ain't recorded yet. We had our husbands on previously, and so I wanted to get the wives on to get what they had to say or what they felt about the climate that we're going through now. Days. But everything, it always requires a woosah moment. But with that all being said, Jada, she's good for giving content. So she gave us some content to open up with that I just wanted to touch on to see how you ladies feel about it. Really how the whole room feels about it, because I got an opinion that might be a little different from other people. So, if y'all are not, are y'all all familiar with what she has recently said about her marriage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So, you looking like you're not. So recently she acknowledged on her Red Table Talk, and we're gonna talk about it on the Black Table today. She acknowledged that her and Will, she acknowledged that keeping the sex life spicy in marriage is challenging. And that's something that her and Will, had to get through or talk about or whatever, right? Honey, the people in the streets are upset about it. They tired of Jada. They ready to throw it to the side. She done crumbled. Her and Will really have shattered the whole Black idea of them being marriage goals. And this was just one more stone to throw at their little glass house. So what do y'all think about her statements or what she said as wives? What do y'all think about that?
I think she's right. It is a challenge. It's challenging because what she stated, it was you have to communicate. Like you're not going, especially after having children, everything don't feel the same as you grow up. Everything is not what you liked 20 years ago. You're not going to like today. And the same thing for your spouse. So the challenging part is communicating what you like. The reason why it's so hard coming from her is because we don't like her.
I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad. Janae, you agree?
I do agree. Because I actually didn't just go off the, social media hot, topic titles that grab. And what she said was true. I mean, you have to communicate. There's no way that your spouse always knows what you're thinking. You have to open up your mouth. And I do think sometimes women fall into that where, he should know me. Well, okay, girl, but
he don't.
Just like you don't know everything about him, he don't know everything about you. He doesn't know when you change your mind, just like you don't know when he changes his mind unless you speak up. And so when I actually, like I said, I watched what she was talking about, I was like, that's true for any relationship. Like, you got to open up. Closed mouths don't get fed.
Thank you, ladies. Cause I was like, okay, y'all, come on now. Y'all just need to say y'all don't like somebody. Just say, before you open your mouth to diss them, just say, look, first of all, I don't like her. Now let me go in. And let that be so people know the basis of why you come, because she didn't say anything wrong. Like,
all that I got from it was when people were saying something about, like, she ain't like feeling that nigga no more, or like that, like whatever they put out there. Cause I did hear a clip on the Breakfast Club, which what she said on what the clip they had played didn't translate to what they had on social media. So I was so I agree with y'all. After being together so many years, shit, like how many more tricks and shit you can do? You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's about doing other, like you say, communicating, trying to do other different shit to help spice up your sex life because. Shit, after the first little few years, shit, y'all fuck around and did everything in every room and every home and, and everything. So to the point that you doing it over and over, it gets boring. Then you over there together
That's
20
right.
plus years. It's like, all right, they're like
But it's just
with the same person too. So it's like,
and that's what I'm saying. Like people just want to be mad at her. Like y'all just don't want to like her for whatever reason, whether it's justified or not. Y'all just don't want to like her. Like even when Will came out and said, and honestly, I look, I'm glad their marriage is being dismantled as far as the idea of them being goals. I'm kind of glad about that because I'm like people need to stop. If nothing else, see this as a. Stop saying other people's lives that you are seeing only from the outside is any kind of goal for you. You have no idea what them people go through, deal with, endure, accept at all. Like they like to have open marriage. Okay, that works for them. They feel like the idea of monogamy is prison. That's for them. So, whatever they do in their marriage that is keeping them together because that's what they have decided no matter what. She said it from one of her other table talks. They said that no matter what, they're going to stay under the same roof. Even if it's on one side of the house and he got his person, she got.
Yeah.
That's what they have already decided is going to work for them. They can't be your marriage goals if you don't want that as well.
I think part of the problem is like with her, especially like the love she got for Pac, how she always talk about the love that she got for Pac. And then the other shit with August Alsina, you know what I'm saying, and all that shit, like all this different shit still coming out about her, so it making Will look weak. So
Why does it make him look weak? He be talking about the love he got for his ex-wife. He takes on vacations, just him and her. They I said, their marriage is theirs. They do stuff that I don't know about. Look, I'm not married, so ladies, if your husband had an ex.
I understand it, but I'm just saying from a man's standpoint, keep seeing your significant other keep talking about other men.
I think for me, being married has taught me that you have to do, like, your marriage is your marriage, and it's what you agree on. Like, everybody has this idea about what marriage should be, but until you do it, it's not. There's no particular way to do a marriage. I don't think. Like, it's a relationship and a agreement between you and your partner, and whatever y'all do that works for you, that works for you. And it may not, everybody else may not agree, but if y'all love each other and that's what y'all agreed on, then that's what it is. Now, no, my husband cannot take his ex on a vacation by themselves. I'm not there. That's not me. But, I'm not going to be like, no, you can't go see the kids on Christmas, because your ex there. Or, no, you can't go over there and spend it. Like, to me, that's silly. Like, I can't make stipulations like that because I just can't. As long as I trust him and I know he's not going to do anything stupid that makes me want to punch him in his throat, we good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the ultimate goal too, like it shouldn't be a relationship goal. It should be healthy relationships, not looking towards people like, that I want to be like my parents or I want to be like these celebrities that we know nothing about. We don't make enough money to do what they can do. Like they can buy an island. So how am I going to equate what's going on in my middle class household to what they could do? Like it's just a whole nother realm of weird that I can't even wrap my mind around. So that's definitely not my relationship goals. I'm not even okay with his first wife wishing him a happy birthday and saying baby daddy. Like that would piss me off. Like don't post my husband's picture and say, hey baby daddy, happy birthday. No, that's too much. So the things that no, not at all. It's like way too close for me with how they are with other people outside their relationship, but it works for them. And I can see that even with like day-to-day life. Like I see other couples doing stuff and I'm like, yeah, I ain't doing that, but that works for them. So let me mind my business.
Yeah. And I really like how you said, you can't even idolize your parents' relationships because we still see outside of our parents' relationships, in their marriage. We see that from a young, mature mind as, we still see that as a kid until you get grown enough and you ask them real questions and they like, you grown, let me tell you, it wasn't easy. And, I that's what we have to really think about. Like, you can't idolize everybody's situations because it's not yours.
At
It's
all.
not.
One of the things I respected the most was when my grandmother was alive. Mima would get real. She would get, as we got older, she got real open and honest about anything we wanted to talk about. So any question we had, any subject we brought up, anything, she put it out there. She let us know about how she was. She was something else. She let us know about how them husbands were. Like, she just kept it real. And I'm
She
like,
had big old booty everywhere.
she was out there, honey. but she kept it real, and so that's why for me, knowing that and seeing that, and seeing my parents' relationship, and they are still together. I know I always talk about my mama like my daddy ain't there, but they're still together. But knowing that and seeing that and being able to grow and also see that is what helped build my idea or mindset around what I want and what I don't want in a marriage, and so but even then I'm like, I know, even with me being as close as I am to those people and them being open, or as much as open as they're going to be, whatever, I still know there's a part that I don't know. Like, you'll never fully know someone's relationship, so stop idolizing it. Whatever it is, just let it go.
Just whatever mood, whatever they doing that you like. Just say mood or something.
Yep.
Like they out on dates or something, whatever.
Yeah, like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah, or whatever. But saying like relationship goals, like, man, fuck all that shit. Stop looking up to people, especially people you don't know.
Yep.
So with that being said, I also wanted to change. So we had our I had single men on, and we were talking about relationships, and they had so there's a statement: happy wife, happy life. Again, I'm not married, but I so understand and feel that statement. However, I know a lot of people, even wives nowadays, that are like, that's not it, that's not it. Ladies, and Scrap as another single man, how do y'all feel about that statement? That phrase,
Man.
happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, because it's almost saying really fuck the husband. You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost like just cater to, as long as you keep her happy, regardless if you don't like it or not, it's just by doing whatever that's gonna please her, and just so you won't.
I think y'all missing it.
What you mean?
I want them to say how they feel about it first, but I feel like y'all are
Because
missing.
that's what you get out of it. As long as you keep please her, it's like not even nothing about you. Regardless if you don't want to do it or not, you gonna do it so she can shut up,
See,
to be quiet, and not get on your nerves. And so
I feel like that's a statement if you got a selfish wife.
Right.
If you got a woman, you're right. You can damn sure end up with that kind of situation. If the person you're with is selfish, self-centered, and just all about, then yeah, you're gonna be miserable. But that's not the way I've always heard and internalized that phrase. Does not mean that. But ladies, how do y'all take that phrase as the wives?
So for me, I feel like everything a man gives a woman, she's going to multiply. So if you pour into her and you make her happy, she's going to make you 10 times happier. Because if she's not a selfish wife, but that's how I take that. I think people take it way too literal now. It doesn't mean that like I'm just like taking off my coat and putting it over mud, and then you step on my coat and then I put it back on put it back on. Like, I'm not giving up everything in order for husband's not giving up everything in order for his wife to shine. It's just you pouring into her, and then she's pouring back into you, the children, the home, your in-laws, everything. The wife usually, in my case, that's what the wife takes care of. Like, I handle birthdays for both sides. I remember everybody's birthday. I remember to get the gifts, but that's because my husband pours into me.
Mm-hmm. See, that give back. That's what I take from it. But Mr. Day, like, you feel like some kind of different way.
No, I just change it to happy spouse, happy house. That's what I do for myself. Because I know, still, if you pour into me, I'm going to pour into you. And if he, and he knows if he pours into me, I'm pouring into him. And vice, it's just, you're not, it's a relationship. It's a companionship. It's not, I got to be selfish. It's a give and take type deal, and sometimes everybody's not going to be happy at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
and it's just the way it is. Like sometimes you have to compromise on some things that you really don't want to, but it's for the good of the house, and you just do it, And so that's the way I see it. I see it as happy spouse, happy house.
See, like
now,
that
if you
better.
do see that you're putting out more than the other person is, then it's time to have a conversation, because you're not about to use me, because that's not a relationship. That's a one-sided thing, and I could do bad all by myself.
Very much. And that's why I said, like I said, for me, that phrase always meant, again, kind of like what Mel was saying, like when you pour into a woman gives back. The right woman. That's why I always say, like, men, y'all, who are y'all choosing when y'all saying these people are doing this and that? Even women, like when you allow that man in your life, who did you choose to be that person? Because if you pour to the right woman, she gives back to make sure you're happy as well. That's why it's happy wife, happy life. Y'all are both happy because you poured into her, she poured back into you.
But to me, the happy spouse, happy house incorporates a we instead of just because it seems one-sided by saying it. I understand if you dig deeper into it. Yes,
because that's supposed to be a deeper phrase.
But if you just say that one phrase, it almost look like it's just everything about the one person. And
it's just one. So it's basically a better way to say that phrase.
That's all.
That's all it is.
But that's because this is such a superficial generation. It's a deeper phrase. You're supposed to get deep with it.
But to make everybody, what we just said, just to compromise and make sure everybody happy. Happy spouse, happy house. And then everybody's like, oh, I get it. I get it. Oh my gosh. You saw how when I said it, Scrap was like, oh, yeah, I get that. It's still saying the same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, and I know, but still, it's incorporating we. Just saying one, like happy, like you said, happy wife, life, happy wife, or whatever. It's like it's just saying to one person. But you're saying spouse could be either or.
Right. It's not gender specific. So
that's all
to include everybody.
It's including us all.
Yeah, it's including everybody in the relationship.
Yes.
Bump y'all on this all inclusivity. I'm sticking with happy wife, happy life. I know what it means. And to be with me, you got to be a little bit deeper than that, okay? So, wait, go ahead, Scrap. What questions do you have for the married ladies? Let me. Since you got so much to say.
Nah, I don't got a lot to say. But I do want to know. I want to ask y'all. When did you know that your husband was the one?
Oh, you want to get romantic? Is it gonna be romantic? I asked that because sometimes these stories don't be. Sometimes these stories don't be romantic. Like you be like, oh, when was he the one? And they be like, cause it be something not.
Shit. I got time for everybody. Best solution out of everybody I was dealing with, type shit.
Cause he was there. He was the one. So
oh no, I don't have like a specific event where it was like, oh, he's it. Like, it was just the things he did throughout the relationship. I was like, okay, because I've said this before. I was one who really wasn't thinking about getting married. Like when I met my husband, he was just gonna be part of the team.
He was a team player.
So he's in rotation.
He was about to be part of that rotation. Like he wasn't. We were telling the truth, and he knows it. Like I told him. But I guess it's kind of he had to prove that he was worthy enough. And yes, I'm saying worthy enough because I was a single woman. I had everything I needed, and I was good. It wasn't like I was looking for somebody to level me up. It was just, partnership is great, but let's have some fun. Yeah. Let's kick it a little bit. But I love the way he treated me. I loved how he had a big heart. I remember even on one of our dates, like the way he held my hand, like it just made me feel secure. So I was like, okay, maybe he could stick around. Maybe I'll cut the team. Hey, let's see.
Start cutting some players off.
Oh. I don't think that's romantic.
Okay, that's a little sweet.
For me, we were really young. So I met my husband when I was 17. I had just moved. Well, I moved to California from New Jersey when I was 14. So everything was just so different there. Like I could talk like I would talk to somebody, and they just wouldn't even understand me. They always thought I was being mean. And then when I started really like meeting people, everybody was so superficial. They wanted to show you their car, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm sorry, I don't know if we can curse, but I'm like, I don't care about all of that. I just want, somebody that's genuine. And so I was set up on a date with my husband, and we like the first week we went on 3 dates, and I was guarded, and I had lost my mom. That's how I ended up in California. And he told me, he was like, do you ever talk to your mom? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, she's gone. He's like, no. He's like, sometimes I talk to my grandfather. He left. He passed away as well. You should talk to your mom. I'm gonna step out the car. We were at the beach. She was like, I'm gonna step out the car. You have a conversation with your mom, and I'll be right back. And it just made me like let down all my guards, and everything that he would like say to me, like he would always ask for permission first because he knew I was guarded. So he was like, is it all right if I hold your hand? Is it all right if, he would let me lead. And it made me feel confident coming from New Jersey, where I was known to be like, from people in California, be aggressive. Mm-hmm. He allowed me to be that without not feeling like less of a man and being masculine.
Oh,
y'all did have sweet stories, both of y'all. Like,
that's so sweet. I like that.
Oh, Scrap, when you gonna know she the one?
Shit, I don't know. You don't ask me, because shit, relationship ain't been on my mind
at all.
Been worried about it.
Okay.
I'm still in tune with myself.
Well, honey, that tune-up ain't going nowhere. You need a new mechanic or something. Okay? I'm for real.
Shit, I really just started buying myself last year. So shit.
And what you found?
Myself.
Where?
That's why I started going to therapy. Shit.
Is therapy helping you?
It helped me out a lot.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it helping?
In a relationship, though.
I was about to say.
My therapist said, shit, it sounds like you do better being single right now.
Oh, your therapist sound like Nick Cannon therapist. Like y'all sharing like stay at them streets.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. I mean, like for real, I really, those are some nice stories. Very inspirational stories. But oh, let me touch you. Say I love it. I do. That was sweet. Took me off guard. I don't know why I was not expecting y'all husbands to be that sweet. So tell them they got me. I'm wrong. Look, I can admit it. Oh, I prejudge people correctly. But I guess if you had to, cause okay, well, Mel, you got married young. Well, you met him young. Mm-hmm. Janae, I guess you met Chris later?
Yeah, later in life.
So is there?
I was like 35. Yeah.
Is there anything either one of you would change in the whole dating aspect? Like Mel, do you ever feel like you missed out on dating, or Janae, do you feel like I could wait a little bit longer, or it was right on time? Like, is there anything y'all would change about that when it comes to marriage? Because, and I ask that because I hate to say it, but I'm looking around, and a lot of the marriages I know from people that got married younger are not. They're not lasting. And, and I'm like, what is going on here? So is it just that people just really change and you just can't adapt to that? Like, what happens?
I be thinking it's just people ain't really get to fully live their life yet. And they just got married too young and shit. Once you start getting older and older, and you know what I'm saying, it's like want to experience other things. Now I'm just tied to this one person, and I didn't really get to fully just, I guess, be in the streets. But I guess just fully just live. I'm just tied to this one person. That's all I know.
I'm saying, like, maybe I romanticized the idea because that's all I ever wanted, but I didn't get that. But I wasn't in the streets either, so I don't know what. I don't know. But that's what, like, so ladies, because y'all kind of on different ends of the spectrum. So how do y'all feel about like where you started, where you are, and moving forward?
We started young. I got married 21 and he was 23. There was times where like he was growing faster than I was growing. And I had to catch up. And then there was also times where both of us thought that we were missing out on just not even being single, but just being like doing things that people in our age bracket was doing. Like my friends was going to spring break and I was picking them up from the airport. So just certain things like that. But then I look at them now and I'm like, I'm good because not all of them, but some of them look like they was going on spring break. Like they look tired.
That life got them. Got them.
So just saying, like I did, there were what we allowed each other to do is grow, and we also had fun with one another. Like I would go out. On my 21st birthday, I got married 2 days after, but I still went out, and we had rules. He was like, well, I'll watch our son. You go out to the club with your friends. I would go twice a month. I would nurse and go. I would nurse my baby, go out to the club, and be home by 3:30 when he woke up again to nurse him again. So I didn't drink, but I would go out just to, so I can get it out of my system. So, I mean, I would say at the first year was the toughest, trying to figure out that balance with being young and having so many responsibilities. And then year 7, because you change and you grow like every 7 years. So that was when he was growing in his career and mine wasn't going as well. And I was like, I didn't want to be a stay-at-home mom a stay-at-home wife at 27. I'm like, this is not what I was put here to do. Mm-hmm. So we had to really reconfigure our relationship at that time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's really good. I like that. Well, I was engaged before at a younger age, and I knew I wasn't ready, so I called it off. Because he was my boyfriend in undergrad and grad school. And I knew when I was graduating from grad school, like I was surprised at how mature this decision was. He kept seeing me as that freshman in college, and I wasn't that freshman anymore. Like I was 23, 24. Things change and you grow up. And so I knew I had to, chill with that one. I broke that off, and then I spent some time for myself, and it was a good thing I did because I was broken. I was broken and had like a lot of issues. And when I hit about 33, I started therapy because I had to deal with some stuff and deal with myself. And I met him like about 35. I met him 34, 35. I met him, and I guess I was secure enough in myself to be like, okay, hey boy, but it was like,
you want to join the team?
Right? You want to join this team?
Like people with them flies out there like, we got a team going on.
Look, I was traveling by myself. I was traveling with friends. Like I just had got to a point where I was stable with myself and within myself to be like, shoot, if I'm not in a relationship, I'm not going to stop myself from doing things. So, I was just doing and making sure that I was happy and not waiting anymore. That was a whole thing. Like my mom, when I turned 30, I remember her saying like, why are you waiting to do certain stuff? And I was like, I don't know. I think, I was like, well, why don't I wait till I get a husband? She said, for what? Like, you can still enjoy life. You don't need anybody to enjoy your life. She's like, just enjoy life and it'll come eventually. And I was like, girl, you crazy. But then I started doing it. I started traveling and hanging out with my friends more, and just doing things for me. And then, I just became more secure in myself. And then he came along. I was like, okay, you want to join the team? I'm good. I'm doing this by myself.
Like, we having fun over here.
Yeah, but yeah, and then I guess because I was in a place where I had experienced life that, once we got married, it wasn't really a hard transition for me. Some things were hard because I've been by myself for so long. So, like I had to get used to him cleaning up the kitchen because there was a certain way I wanted to clean up the kitchen, and he didn't do it the way I wanted to do it, but the kitchen would be clean. So I had to get out my head. Like I had to get out of my head. He ain't clean the kitchen like I would clean the kitchen. It's like, girl, is the kitchen clean? Is the floor swept? Like, are things done? Stop. So those are some of the adjustments I had to make when I got married, was because I've been doing it for so long on my own. Now I had to get used to someone else being in the space and doing the things that they do and being okay with it.
Okay. Well, okay. So another thing I want to ask y'all, because I know I feel like us as women, and I don't think I see it a lot or hear a lot from men. So if I'm wrong, Scrab, let me know. But I feel like us as women, we are constantly getting advice about what we should be doing or what we should expect or how we should be as a wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say was probably some of the best advice you got, as well as what was the worst advice you got that you now that you are a wife, you're like, that was trash. I'll never listen to that.
Mm.
And would you agree, Scrap? Like, do men get told? Like, see, that's why I said.
Yeah, we don't get told shit. We don't even like marriage don't even be part of a man's goal
At all.
At all. You know, it's just
At
some
all.
product that happens. You know,
Yeah.
you know. I guess
The worst advice I got was to always make sure I presented myself as a wife.
Mm.
Like, how do you know to present yourself as a wife?
Exactly.
When you single or married, like, what the hell does that mean? Like,
do I walk around with a ring on? Like,
yeah, like, what do I
Like,
do?
on the front.
Like, I don't understand what that means. That was some of the worst advice I got. And it came from the church. And I thought it was like, after I was like, what the hell? How do you present yourself as a wife? Like, I'm a woman. I'm grown. I got to pay bills and I got to work. Like, what else you want me to do? I don't know. What else you want me to do? So that was some of the worst advice I got. Some of the best advice I got was just to always communicate and be open and honest with my communication. And, you know, even if you feel like it may hurt your partner's feelings, you can't sugarcoat it because things get lost in translation.
Mhm.
Like, you know, if you don't like something, especially something they're doing to you, and you're like, well, you know, no, you have to be straightforward. Like, hey, look, I love you, but when you do this, I don't like it. You know, like, they can stop doing it. You know, like if he brings you roses and you hate roses, but you never say anything, he gonna keep bringing you roses. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you have to be open and honest with your communication, and same with your partner. Like, you have to listen to them just like they have to listen to you.
Oh, wow. But I know you saying being open and honest and straightforward. But is it not still a limit to how open and honest? Like you said, he doing something you don't like. You like, yeah, say, hey, you know, I don't like that, but you be like, look, stop that dumb shit. Like, you got exactly. Like, you still,
probably depends on what it is. Probably depends on what it is.
Hey, I don't like. You can be.
you gotta tell, like you said, you
can
gotta
be
tell the people
respectful.
how to now, because some people take your words and be like, I'm gonna go straight. Look, next time.
Be respectful.
Yeah, men are sensitive. They
Yeah,
won't let
very.
you know, but they're very sensitive.
Very.
Oh,
very
we know.
Yeah, especially like if you feel like you trying to do something right. Then
Exactly, that too.
You like, God,
They feel
damn,
like,
I
yeah.
thought I was doing right. See this why I don't do shit right now.
Be respectful about it. Yeah, don't be like, hey, that's some dumb shit you doing. Don't do that again. Like, you have to be like, hey, when you do this,
I don't like that.
this makes me feel like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how can we figure out another way to do this? Because I appreciate the thought, I appreciate the action, but what else? Can we change it up a little bit?
Dang.
So instead of bringing flowers, can you bring weed? Like
Can you-
that's a flower. I mean,
It's a herb. It's for the earth. What about you, Miss Bell?
The worst advice I ever got. Well, I get bad advice all the time, so I gotta sum it up. Because I just feel like people just offer
Yes.
useless information that don't apply to you all the time, especially women that like they'll say that they're your friends, but you just like, when are you being my friend?
Ooh,
I had
speaking
I had someone tell me that I need to, and this was in front of a crowd, in front of my husband. He does so much. You should be worshiping the ground he walks on. Like, you need to be doing more. Like, I would be the way he's like cooking in here. Like, I would make sure that he had his meals cooked when he got home. I would make sure that his clothes was washed, and I'm like, what? Like, I'm working like I'm supposed to be the slave, and he likes to cook. So I'm gonna fight him in the kitchen because he got there before me and he started cooking. That's not like a thing. Like, whatever we want to eat, whoever ends up there first, it just like organically happens. So we had an event and they came over and he happened to be the one in the kitchen cooking. So they were just I'm thinking to myself, like, do you want my husband? Like, I don't, and her husband was there. I was just confused by
Like,
the
what is going
dialogue.
on here?
Like, where did this come from?
Like,
So that was really,
what are we doing?
and it was really bad advice, but it made me feel insecure for a little bit. Until I digested it and just realized that that's her insecurities. It wasn't anything to do with me, but it made me feel insecure. And I'm like trying to do a little bit more. And Sharp was like, nah, you don't got to do all that. Like what we got going on, it works just fine.
Yeah.
So that was the worst advice I could think of recently. And well, not too recent, but a few years ago. And the best advice that I got was get comfortable with being alone. Even if you're with somebody else, you should be comfortable with being alone because no one can love you more than you can love yourself. So you gotta like your own company. So, and it took me a while to figure out what that meant, but I had to, because I started out so young, I didn't develop that skill until probably 30, and it made our relationship better.
Okay. When you say so, in what way? I'm sorry if you can explain. What way did it make your relationship better?
Well, because one of the things I was codependent. Like I had friends, but my whole I would cancel on my friends if my husband felt like we should be doing something together. And then he traveled a lot for work. So then I'm like, I didn't even know what to do with myself when he traveled. So then development, like I started going on girls trips. I started doing happy hour with my friends. I did play dates with my son and other, and other mothers, just developing that life outside of my husband, finding out what I actually like to do as an adult.
Yeah. So when you said that, okay, because something else that always kind of circulates in social media is that it's like a meme of, if my husband say he want me to come home or he ready to come home or whatever, I'm canceling that girl's trip or I'm canceling. Bye, ladies. I'm going home to my man. Like, what do y'all feel about that? I've always thought that was kind of crazy. But I'm single, so when I say that, it comes off a different kind of way. But I'm like, why would you? He gonna still be there when you get home. Like, if you was planning something with your people, go with your people.
That's your time.
Yeah.
Enjoy
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I'm like, is it maybe because I'm not married that I don't see that or I don't understand that? Because I'm like, no, to me that's a form of abuse or it's a form of insecurity or something. Like, I'm going out with my friends. Like, we always together. We live together.
Right.
I'm going out with my
you call, I just gotta hurry up and call. Like, man, fuck that shit.
Yeah, like, no, I'm gonna catch you when I get home. We can do whatever we gonna do.
I'm gonna be home in a respectable time.
And all that stuff you talking, you be ready for when I get there.
Right. Because I think that's like manipulation.
Yeah.
It's manipulation because, you can't sit around waiting for your spouse to want you or to do, like, you can't do that. You have to know how to make like she said, make yourself happy. And he has to know how to make himself happy. Like, you can't, to me, that's a red flag. Like, why are you, you knew I was going to do this. You knew I've been planning this girls trip. You knew I've been doing this. So why all of a sudden you're going to be like, I need my wife. Okay. All right. Because I spent this money already. So when I get back, you're going to have your wife.
Exactly.
Like, we're not about to play these games. And yeah, it's all about, you have to love you. You have to know who you are. You have to know what you like. Because if you try to wrap yourself up and your life up and your happiness up in one person, you will be miserable.
Mm-hmm. You won't know who you are.
Yeah. You won't know who you are. And that, even when you said, like, you said how people who got married younger, and it's not everybody, but who got married younger, like they're older now and it's a little bit different. That's because they start to know themselves. Like, they start to figure out and they start to look at the marriage, and one person may understand that and the other person may not. They don't like that change. So what do you do now?
Yeah, I can imagine that would be hard. Like, I watched this show, I forget the name. I can't say their name. Platteville or whatever. And it's like a young married couple on there right now going through that kind of transition thing where as they're growing up, they got married, I think 21, 22, and they're only just 24 right now. But as they're growing up, the woman is like, well, I want to do this now. I want to see the world. I want to move here. I want to live in a big city. Like, they're from like a small country town. She's like, I want to live in a big city. I want to, she's just growing in a different kind of way. Like, and he is like, was very content in his country, small town living. Mm-hmm. And he has no desire for it. And so now they're having.
He's scared of change.
Is it scared to change? Some people, there are people that really just love the small town living.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like that's
just like the status quo.
So he's like to go into something that he don't know what he getting into, like don't say scared of the change of something that.
Well, no, like I said, I don't even think. I just think because he said like in their small country town, they have a house with a lot of land. Because when you're in a small, you get all that for cheap. So they got a house with a lot of land, and he likes to fix on cars. Like he just likes to fix things, and so he has room to fix on cars. Like he just likes that, and he doesn't like a lot of people around. Like he just likes the small town life. Mm-hmm. He doesn't want the city life. She wants the city life now. Like she is enamored with the idea of the hustle and bustle. Like she likes that. So they really are drifting and changing in ways that might be deal breakers.
Now she could turn to a city girl.
She might be. She might be. Because she's always trying to get him to try. Like she got him into drinking. She's getting tattoos now. Like she's really busting out. Like, and she's doing those things that normal, young 20-something-year-old people do, but she got married young, and he liked the woman that he married that wasn't doing all that.
Yeah.
So
and
now
she's changed.
Yeah. So I can imagine that would be hard. That's why I'm like, maybe this old age life of mine is a blessing in itself.
And nothing wrong with being the way we are.
Look, we seasoned. We know what we want. We know what we taste like. We good. It is what it is.
It is.
But,
it is.
And then that leads to like if which I hope it don't happen. But if y'all were to ever get a divorce, do y'all think y'all would ever marry again?
I'm not.
No, me either. I've been married for too long. I've been married for 21 years. So I've been in a relationship for 21 years. Yeah. So no.
Fuck that shit.
I would be a city girl.
Yeah.
You got to be a city girl?
I would.
Because I don't really feel like dating to get to know him. I'm good. Like, and I say it all the time. If something ever happens to my baby, I love him, but she's for the streets.
I feel you on that because it's like I always sound like, look, Lord, I'm trying to be right, God, but I'm telling you, as I get older, them streets are calling my name. And it's getting a little bit louder. I'm like, you know what?
Stand on the edge of the curb.
Get it out your system. Test
a little
bit. Put that toe in there real quick.
So you stepped in there, almost got hit, jump back on the curb. Oh, that scared me a little bit.
And just put your toe in there. See if you like it. If you don't, then you pull that toe out and be like, all right, I'm good.
It scared me a little bit. Dang, that's how y'all living out here? Oh, Lord.
And that's, but that's what be pulling me back. And I'm like, look, I'm not for the streets. I might be for the sidewalk, but y'all, this shit is something else.
This is a good view right here.
Yeah, I'm going to stand back and watch y'all.
I still can see.
So, all right, ladies. Scrap, do you have a final ending question?
No. Oh, well, yeah, I did. If all right, if y'all husband didn't want to never get married, would that been fine with y'all?
No, that's something that we discussed. Like we both knew that we wanted that early. So, but that wouldn't be. Yeah, I didn't even want to be in a relationship for more than 3 years without getting married. So that wouldn't be okay with me.
Right.
Yeah. Same here. I didn't want to be longer than 3 years without getting married. Cause like I said, we just wasting time. I don't need a roommate. I'm good.
Well, I was sitting there saying like you didn't have no partner that you were dealing with like lifetime, like, but not that saying that y'all, the person you're dealing with, y'all doing whatever y'all want to do, that y'all could be together, y'all loyalty, honesty.
He's saying as long as like y'all was just committed together, but not with the marriage.
Y'all didn't have to deal with
how people say marriage is just a piece of paper. I think that's what he's
y'all
trying
didn't
to
have
say.
to get married in order to stay committed together and all that.
Ooh, Y'all, marriage
No.
is. I don't like it when people say marriage is a piece
Me
of paper
either.
Look, I
because
feel
it's
y'all.
more than
But
a
that's
piece
all
of
it is to me.
paper.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Married,
No.
like people who say that, I'm like, oh, okay, you right. But let something happen to either one of y'all gonna see what that piece of paper means,
Yeah, your aunt come from out of the woodwork. They ain't never been in your life
right?
making all your decisions and taking all your money because
Yep.
they ain't had that
Yeah.
piece of paper. It's a contract.
Right. It is. Yeah, that piece of
I
paper
think-
means some stuff.
And I think that's why for me, I'm okay with saying, and I know this is unpopular, and even you, Larry, might not agree with me, but marriage is somewhat of a business. Okay.
It is.
It
And
is.
I'm
It
like, you know, it's all about love, yes, and that's true, but it is a business, and you make wise business decisions when you sign that paper.
You do.
Mhm.
That's
You
correct.
sign that contract if that's who you want to commit to and make your decisions with for the rest of your life.
Mhm.
Like why for the people who say it's just a piece of paper, if it's just a piece of paper, why not sign it? Why not get it?
Right.
done? What's holding you
Exactly.
back? It's not obviously it's not just a piece of paper. Or if it was, you would sign it. What's the problem?
Nothing wrong with signing. I'm just sitting there saying, like I said, I have no problem with marriage. But I don't feel like it's just something that I have to do. But if the person I'm with want that, then yes, all right.
But it's I guess so. We should have someone that is really adamantly against marriage and like who really feels that way. And
Nah, I ain't just sitting there saying like, oh no, fuck that shit. I would not never get. Nah,
Yeah,
That's
no, it's
if
people
the
that
person
say
I'm
that.
with, if that's what she want, that's what she'll get. I'm not against.
You're just
I'm not-
indifferent.
but I'm just sitting there saying like if she ain't pressing it, I'm not worried about it. I don't need no driver
No.
license to drive a car.
I
Yeah,
don't
you
want
should do
it.
I don't want to be on
Nah,
nobody's program. A special friend.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Don't do me
Special
like that.
lady.
Yeah, don't do me.
I done seen wives on bunch of on few of them.
You see what?
Yeah, but
Wives
that's
on
not
few
okay
of them
with
and
me.
they ain't married.
That's because they was in
I'm
good with the
good.
family, and so the family said we gonna respect you, girl, and we gonna put wife. But
But
if
they can't get the body from the morgue though.
exactly,
Yeah.
it's no respect though.
There's no respect. Like I can't make decisions on his medical. Like say something happened to him medically, I have no say if we don't have that paper. You know, I have no say in what medically I want to happen to him. I don't have any say over life insurance. I don't have, it's you got to think about stuff like that. Like it's not just a piece of paper. Power of attorney that don't go to you. That goes to his mama or his daddy, or whoever's the next of kin. It don't go to you. So you really gotta understand. Like, it's just a piece of paper, man. Okay,
No,
okay, try it. And I just don't want. I'm good. My mom and daddy, we can hang out for the rest of our lives. My sister, my girls, I will hang out with them. But just having a man to say, "Oh yeah, he my man, he my boyfriend," like I'm too
stay
old for
with
that.
him. Stick beside him.
We go together.
That's my special friend. No, I don't want it.
Honestly, too, like I don't care if that's your preference. Like if if it's two people and they don't agree with marriage, I'm not going to debate them. I think
Right.
that's fine. But I'm just saying for me and my household, no, that doesn't work.
And boom, that's what it always comes down to. Do what works for you and find that person that agrees with you too. Ooh, I got bored. I'm telling y'all, be nice. So
You did rhyme, you know what I'm saying?
he be coming. He's
Should
like,
be a rapper or something.
I know, be on a dome.
Her
Anyway.
name is
Be
D.
on the
Nice.
dome. It's off the dome.
Well, you know what? Look, I'm not from the hood. I'm just saying I got bars. So anyway, y'all, thank you so much, ladies, for participating in this and joining us. I hope it gives somebody just a little bit of insight, hope, wisdom out there about marriage life and what it's like. It's what's real and what's just for the cameras. So,
It's a whole bunch of for the cameras out there.
so, but before I wrap up, though, I do want y'all to get y'all final words in. So, Miss Janae, how do you feel about, like I said, marriage life, this topic, where it's going, and tell the people where they can find you.
Okay, so my final words on marriage is make sure you're doing it with somebody you like.
Please.
I get the money thing. I get that. I get married for money, but if you don't like that person, it's a miserable road. It is, because marriage is not easy. It can be. There's some fun times and some easy times, but it is not a fairy tale. So don't enter into it just to be like, I may kind of like him. I might no, don't do that. Just let that be. Find somebody you really like and you can get along with, and you see yourself can laugh about anything, even if it's like 2:30 in the morning. Y'all both silly, tired, and you got a joke y'all can share with each other. Like, you need to find somebody like that, and it'll work out. And you can find me at everywhere at Confessions from a Red Couch. And the website is confessionsfromaredcouch.com. I am taking a little sabbatical because my little one will be here in a couple of weeks. And so, so y'all won't see anything new from me recently, but my baby boy will be here on November 17th. So after that, I'm gonna get used to being the mom for real, and then
Welcome.
and then we'll get back to it.
It's lit over here.
It's lit.
It's fun.
All right, Miss Mel.
So my final words on marriage is to have fun. Find somebody that you really, truly connect with on all levels. If it's make sure you're spiritually connected. If it's something that is important to you, make sure that you're financially in agreement. And have those important conversations early when you are in that honeymoon phase before it does get rough, so that you know. But keep it light. Like, it does not have to be hard all the time. You don't have to come home and have a rough day. It's not prison. Like, have fun. Go out on dates. Do silly stuff that you think is corny. Do it. It's fun. So that's what I would say. Just keep it light and connect with somebody that you truly could trust as your business partner. Make sure it's your most trusted business partner when you do make that commitment. And you can find me at unprofessional-opinion on IG, unprofessional opinion on all other social media platforms. And our website is unprofessional-opinion.com. And we're on all podcasting platforms as well.
Okay. Scrappy Doo. Scrap
Well,
Dap.
my final words is to all my single ladies out there, holla at your boy. I'm gonna make sure you're ready for your husband.
I knew it was coming. I was like, okay.
Now on to you, D Nice.
I gave my final words already.
All right.
So, like I said, but I guess again, my final words are just like I everything y'all said. Have fun. Like, I don't know why people feel like marriage is a prison or a trap. Like, if you're feeling like that, my other thing would be, I know I'm not married. Hang around people that actually enjoy their marriage. That enjoy that like y'all said, like their spouse. I do not want to be around anybody. Oh, your marriage is, you're miserable. Like, you hate it. All you got is bad things to say about it.
It be dudes that stay at work just say they won't go home.
That's what I'm saying. Look, I be like, baby, stay over there. Whatever, because you chose wrong or something ain't right over there. So you stay over there. I don't want anything that you got going on rubbing off on me, getting in my head at all. So that would be my advice from a single lady, soon to be married.
That's good advice. Very good advice.
But all right, until that one, you can find me, of course, under my new moniker, D Nice. Get in your heads. That's what it is. D Nice. But you can always find me still at the Diamond Lounge. When we come back, this is really not us being back. I felt like love was in the air and I wanted to grab it. So I wanted to talk to some couples and stuff. But when we do officially come back, D Nice is going to be where it's at. Like, I'm telling you, it's just in there.
I don't know why I feel like
Bars.
I don't know why I just feel like that you gonna have gold all over everywhere. You gonna come with your
What's that show, Queen? I'm gonna come out like that. Ow, I'll be ready. Okay, but
with a gold tube on the side. Your
no,
teeth right
no, not that kind of ready. Yeah, I'm gonna still be me. Anyway, until next time, people, take care. God bless. And remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I. And
drop your diamonds.
Bye.